We're always told to say yes, right? To jump at every opportunity. But what if the real key to building something incredible was actually saying no? Today, we're diving into a fascinating case study of a company that built its entire business on that one powerful idea. Okay, this slide just gets right to the heart of it. On the left, you've got the industry standard, a world of guesswork, rushing around, and a whole lot of risk. But this company, they made a very deliberate choice to live on the right. Their entire operation is built on safety, documentation, and process. This isn't just a slightly different tactic, it's a completely different philosophy. So, what is it they're really selling? It's easy to look at them and think, oh, they're a drone company. But the drone, that's just the tool. The actual product they deliver is certainty. They're in the business of taking all that fuzzy ambiguity and doubt and replacing it with a system that creates undeniable trust. And there it is, straight from them. These aren't just feel-good buzzwords they put on a website. They're the three non-negotiable pillars of their whole operation: safety, documentation, and a process you can repeat. Every single decision they make, every action they take, it all comes back to this foundation. But why be so rigid about everything? Well, this slide pretty much says it all. In high-stakes work, stuff goes wrong. Ladders fail, roofs fail, and people, well, even the absolute best people make mistakes. This company's system is built on accepting that fundamental truth. It's designed to be a firewall, to make sure one single human error doesn't spiral into a catastrophe. So we get the why, but how do they actually do it? How do they deliver that certainty every time? It comes down to a strict four-step process. And the subtitle here is so important. A recipe for consistency, not a response to a mood. It doesn't matter how the operator feels that day, you just follow the recipe. Every single time. And the process itself looks pretty simple on the surface. It all starts with pre-flight, where they check absolutely everything, airspace, weather, you name it, before the drone's wheels ever leave the ground. Then the flight itself follows predefined paths for total consistency. After that, post-processing. This is a huge quality control step where they reject anything that is imperfect. And it all ends with reporting, where that raw data becomes clear, usable documentation. And this is where you really see their discipline shine. That pre-flight check isn't just a box-ticking exercise. If the conditions aren't right, they don't fly, period. They don't try to fudge it or make it work, they reschedule. That commitment to their process over what's convenient is what truly sets them apart. So, the end result of all this isn't just a folder full of pictures. It's something much, much more powerful. It's evidence. And the whole point of creating that evidence is to make it so clear, so undeniable, that it stops arguments before they can even get started. Man, this quote just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. Anytime there's a dispute, it usually comes down to one person's memory versus another's. This company's entire reason for being is to replace that flawed, subjective memory with objective, unshakable fact. They really zeroed in on the true source of conflict in the professional world. It's rarely about bad intentions. It's almost always about bad documentation. Ambiguity. That's where arguments grow, and their entire system is designed to just get rid of it. So what takes a simple photo and turns it into evidence? Well, as you can see here, it's about creating a visual record that's time-stamped, that's traceable, and that just speaks for itself. It's not about leaving room for interpretation. It's about presenting a fact that ends the conversation and really reduces the risk for everybody involved. Okay, this is where their strategy gets really, really sharp. You'd think a system this buttoned up would be for everyone, right? Nope. A system this rigid is actually designed to push away the wrong kind of client. And that is 100% intentional. Which, of course, brings up the big question. If they're that picky, who is their ideal customer? Who is this whole thing actually built for? But in a really brilliant move, they don't start by telling you who they do want. They start by telling you who they are not for. They're basically filtering people out from the get-go. If you're someone who values speed over safety, you're not a fit. If you just want someone to give you a convenient guess, not a fit. And if your whole attitude is just get the shot, then you are definitely not their customer. This slide just boils it all down to a fundamental choice. Are you looking for reassurance, someone to tell you what you want to hear? Or are you looking for documentation, the objective truth, even if it's not what you were hoping for? This company only works with the people who choose the latter. And all of this brings us right back to that core idea, the high cost of clarity. See, achieving this level of trust and certainty isn't free. It costs them. It costs them clients they have to turn away. It costs them short-term opportunities they have to pass on, all to protect their long-term integrity. This table isn't just a list of values, it's a list of the hard trade-offs they make every day. They deliberately choose professionalism over a false sense of urgency. They choose consistency over charisma. And most importantly, they will always, always choose long-term trust over a short-term win. There are no exceptions. And this final quote, man, it might be the most powerful summary of their entire philosophy. We don't take risks so others can feel productive. We take responsibility so others don't have to. That's such a profound idea. It's about serving the client's real best interest, not just their immediate demands. That's the definition of a true professional. So, what do we take away from all this? This company's success isn't built on what they do, but on what they absolutely refuse to do. And it kind of forces us to ask a really powerful question about our own work, doesn't it? What is the one principle you are just not willing to compromise on? What's your non-negotiable?